Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of Design of Steel Structures. Myself Sudhir B. Gaike, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. So in the previous video we have started with unit number 3A part, that is when a member is subjected to axial compressive load in addition with certain bending moment about a major axis or minor axis, it is going to bend and buckle combinedly. Correct. So in design of rolled sections column we have seen only the load acting on the column was axial compressive load. For that axial compressive load we have only given the check for a design compressive strength PD, that is area effective into FCD. But there are some situations or conditions or site condition when your column section may be subjected to certain axial compressive load as well as bending moment. So in that cases, when certain bending moment is also acting along the longitudinal axis, the member is termed as your beam column. So that is nothing but beams are subjected to bending moment and columns are subjected to axial compressive load. So for a section there is combination of loading, that is combined forces, bending moment as well as axial compressive load is acting. So that numerical we are going to solve in today's video lecture, that is column subjected to bending. Correct. So for that statement for the numerical is given as design a column of a building frame with effective length, L effective is given as 3.2 meters, subjected to factored load of 500 kilonewton. The column is subjected to factored load of 500 kilonewton and factored moment of 45 kilonewton meter. So in addition with compressive load of 500 kilonewton, it is also subjected with bending moment of 45 kilonewton meter. Check for section strength only. So here you need to satisfy the equation of section strength when members are subjected to combined loading, and the equation is to satisfy is N upon Nd plus Mz upon Mdz plus My upon Mdy. Here all the numerator values are your given data. So that is axial compressive load is N value, then again Mz is moment acting along major axis, that is Mz, My is moment acting along minor axis, that is My, and denominator all the values are your strength value or calculated value based on your design, that is Nd, yielding strength of your section, then again Mdz, design bending strength along Z side and design bending strength along Y side. So this particular equation is to satisfy that it should be less than or equal to at least 1.0. This is equation is given as per your member subjected to combined loading. Correct. So for that cases, suppose Mz side and My side both are mentioned in your numerical. In that cases you go for this equation. For current numerical only single bending moment is asked, and that is equal to 45 kilonewton meter. Now here we are not knowing that whether that moment is going to act along minor axis or major axis, that is Z side and Y side. But according to available data with us, we are available with plastic section modulus along Z side. Therefore we will consider that this particular moment given 45 kilonewton meter is acting along major axis, and that is nothing but Mz value. Therefore in given data I have written axial compressive load 500 kilonewton and moment acting along Z side as 45 kilonewton meter. So this is the given data. Based on this you have to satisfy this equation. So numerator value N and Mz are known to us. You need to calculate Nd, Mdz and show that the ratio is less than 1.0. So therefore initially design of column section. Now here only axial compressive load is mentioned. The type of cross section is to be adapted based on your loading by assuming certain design compressive stress FCD value. So usually for rolled section we are assuming FCD value from 120 to 150. So here I will assume FCD value as 120 MPa. By assuming FCD you can calculate area required by equating it with your compressive force given. So compressive force given is 500 into 10 raised to 3 axial compressive load, and assuming FCD value 120, we are getting area required as 4167 mm square. So total area required is 4167 mm square, 4167 mm square. But as your section is not only subjected to compressive force, it is also subjected to certain bending moment. Correct. So in order to consider that buckling effect and bending effect combinedly, directly we are going to double the area. Correct. So instead of going for selecting the section for area 4167, you increase that area directly twice value. So near about 8000 mm square section is to be selected from steel table. Correct. So I am assuming, suppose trying ISWB 400 at the rate 66.7 kg per meter having area 8501. So we were requiring 4000 and I have selected 8501. Correct. So directly double area I am selecting because of this moment effect, correct? So as your section is going to subjected to combined axial force and bending moment, getting? So selecting that section and writing down all the properties, that is width of flange, thickness of web, height. This is distance between your center to center distance between your flanges. Already this numerical while classification of section we have seen. In short, this H1 value is readily available in your steel table, or you can calculate that value by total depth minus 2 times thickness of flange and R1 value. Using this also you can calculate, or in steel table this value is ready-made given. H1 is equal to 340.5. And again plastic section modulus, this is mentioned in your steel table at the last pages of your 800 IS 800. This plastic section modulus is available. So I am writing plastic section modulus for Z side, that is ZPZ, plastic section modulus for major axis. So 1290.19 into 10 raised to 3 mm cube value. It is section modulus, that is I by Y. Apply moment of inertia is usually mm raised to 4. Section modulus is mm cube. So just copy down all the properties. The next step is classification of your cross section. Now classification of cross section is required. 4 types of classes we have seen classification. That is plastic section, compact, semi-compact and slender. For this you need to classify the section. Now for classification of I section, we are requiring half of the outstand or BF value divided by thickness of flange. So BF divided by 2 divided by thickness of flange, I am getting 7.69, and according to plastic class it should be less than 8.4 epsilon, where epsilon is 1 value. So I am getting plastic flange. And similarly H1 by TW, that is web section. So I am getting 39.59, which is again less than first class, that is 84 epsilon. So again it is plastic. Therefore you can conclude that the section is a plastic section, correct? Now next is design strength due to yielding of section. So for this clause number 9.3 you have to add up. According to 9.3 clause, ND value is given as A gross into Fy divided by gamma m0. This is the regular formula already we have adapted for tension member design. A gross into Fy, that is yielding of section. So putting A gross as calculated value 8501. Fy is 250 always, and gamma m0 1.1. We are getting strength equal to 1932.4 kilonewton. So this is the strength of section in yielding. Similarly, second strength you need to calculate design bending strength. Now for design bending strength we are requiring 8.2.2, correct? So 2 bending strength we have already calculated in case of your members laterally supported and laterally unsupported. Usually column sections are laterally unsupported. Therefore I am adapting FBD value from clause number 8.2.2. So that formula is MDZ equal to, we are calculating about major axis. So MDZ is beta B into ZPZ into FBD, correct? So bending strength FBD value, correct? Now for calculating your beta B factor, plastic classification we have already done. Therefore beta B is nothing but it is 1.0 value. Here only you can write that beta B is equal to 1.0. For plastic and compact it is equal to 1.0. In case of your semi-compact section, your ZPZ value is going to, beta factor is nothing but it is elastic section modulus divided by plastic section modulus, correct? So here as we are getting plastic section, beta B is 1.0. So first factor is calculated. Now plastic section modulus, that is known to us as a given data 1290.19 into 10 raised to 3, correct? Now third factor is your FBD. So bending strength calculation you have to do, and this FBD depends upon 2 factors, that is your slenderness ratio and H1 by TF value, for which you need to refer the table number 14, which is given on page number 57, correct? So according to the table it is classifying 2 values or requiring 2 values, H1 by TF ratio and KL by RZ. So this is slenderness ratio along Z side, for which axis you are going to calculate the bending strength. For that axis only you need to calculate the slenderness ratio. So effective length is already given in the numerical as 3.2, which is given data, and RZ value we are knowing, RZ value, that is radius of gyration, is 140 value. So calculating KL by RZ we are getting 22.85, and H1 by TF. So H1 is again 340, thickness of flange we are having 13 value. So 2 ratios we are getting. First is 22.85 and 26.19. For these 2 values and referring table number 14 from page number 57, we have derived this particular table. Now for this particular table you have to interpolate the values twice, correct? So initially you have to do vertical interpolation, correct? Vertical interpolation, and after that for calculating FCRB you have to do horizontal interpolation, correct? So just refer this table. From table number 14 I have copied down the values. Initially H by TF I am getting as 26.19. So according to table I have written for values for 25 and 30. So for 25 and the KL by R ratio is 22.85, which is ranging between 20 and 30. So we are requiring value 22.85, correct? And again horizontally interpolate for 25 and 30. So performing the interpolation initially vertical and again vertical for 32 values I am getting, and in between these two values I need to calculate FCRB value, correct? So that is performing vertical interpolation initially for 25 value, again vertical interpolation for 30 value, and calculating the intermediate values for 22.85. Now finally interpolating between these two values and calculating FCRB as 4649.67. So that is interpolation for this final value FCRB, that is critical stress, correct? Now calculated critical stress is 4649.67. Now again referring table number 13A from page number 55. So there are two tables to calculate your FBD value based on FCRB calculation. So FBD depends upon your type of section, whether it is a rolled section or whether it is a welded section. For rolled section you need to refer table 13A, and for welded section you need to refer table 13B. So here it is a rolled section ISWB, wide flange section, therefore referring table 13A. For 13A FCRB value is 4649, and from table you can observe that up to FCRB of 2000, for FCRB 2000 your value is constant value 227.3 MPa, 227.3 MPa, correct? Below that you have to interpolate the value. Up to 2000 your value is going to remain always 227.3. Now in last step, putting that value in MDZ. Here beta B we have defined as 1.0, ZPZ that is from given data from steel table we have copied or from your IS code, and FBD value we have calculated as 227.3. So putting all that values and calculating your bending strength of section along Z side. So I am getting 293.26 kilonewton meter. So is the final answer. Bending strength along major axis, that is Z, is 293.26 kilonewton meter, which is greater than your given moment of 45. So this was given moment. Here we have defined that moment is acting along Z side. That was not mentioned in given data of your numerical. We have assumed that this moment of 45 is going to act along Z side. So it is satisfying the condition, it is greater than our acting moment of 45. So second condition is also satisfied. Now last condition, check for your section strength. So as in first given data we have seen, section strength is given for three calculations or three ratios. First ratio is for your strength, that is design strength due to yielding. Second is for moment acting along major axis. Third is for moment acting along minor axis. Now here details of minor axis are not known. So only these first two terms we are going to use. So N upon ND plus MZ upon MDZ. So numerator values is a given data and denominator values we have calculated. So ND value is calculated as 1932 and MDZ is calculated as 293.26. So taking the ratios, we are getting final answer as 0.41 and it is satisfying your condition of 1.0. Therefore, the given section can take the load, compressive load as well as your bending moment acting on the section. Therefore, here your numerical is completed. This numerical is compulsorily asked for your in semester examination for 6 marks or 8 marks. In your end semester examination also there may be question on this section strength check. This is unit number 3A part. So here the numerical is completed. In next videos we are going to start with B part of your unit number 3, that is design of bases. So thank you very much.